we're streaming now. And we can go ahead and go to edit. Here. I'm gonna go ahead and change that. All right. Now that makes sense. Let's make sure that the audio is fine. Okay, cool. It is. How's it going, everyone? Give me a moment. Just starting the stream, setting everything up. I'll be right back. And we are live. Let's see here. How's it going, everyone? Before I get too far, just wanted to say I'll be streaming with friends. So if you hear the VOD, yeah, I'm streaming with friends. So recently, I've been kind of doing these fan arts, because I had a list and I wanted to kind of do fan art of these characters, and I've been doing okay. I've been doing like one a day so far, and I've been inking them. Though it's not like an Inktober thing. I just enjoy doing ink work, but yeah, this one. Let me pull up the actual live joint for me. Actually, let's see here. Yeah, here's this character. Um, Kamala Khan. Thought she was cool. I think I did this guy next, right? Or was it Big Bart? I don't remember. No, it was definitely him. It was Miles. Did this version of Miles after that. And then I did Big Barda after that. I've seen some more drawings, like other people's drawings of Big Barda recently. And I'm like, you know what? I want to actually dive into just what this character looks like moving around. I haven't seen that yet. And I know they have a movie with like her and Wonder Woman and stuff like that, but I gotta really see this character in action and see how she's portrayed. Because I might want to do something other than just this type of shot of her. I might want to do some sort of action pose or something. Might be fun. But yeah. Right. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this Saya picture, I've actually kind of set it up for possibly color. I based this picture off of one of the frames from the trailer I could find. And it was one of the moments I guess I enjoyed in the film. It was around the end. But I try to add a little bit of extra flair to it here and there, but for the most part, it's very similar to that frame that I drew it from. Tried to do something a little different with the collar here and there, but again, for the most part, it's similar to that. I haven't finished this. I wanted to add like a shadow underneath of it. Still haven't done that. I could actually do that now, but I know that the whole concept was essentially him kind of sliding down a building. I could still do something with that. I have to draw it out better though. Actually, I'm gonna just start on that now. So today I'm going to be working on fan art for a bit, and then at the end, I guess around like the last 30 minutes, I'll try to put some work on pages, stuff like that. So that'd be cool. Something's wrong with your controller? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So I've recently rediscovered this, actually, that's another thing. I don't even have my YouTube showing up. Let me pull this up and pull it to the side here. Okay, but yeah, I've recently discovered this lead that I started using some time ago. I was probably watching a Brian Stelfreeze video, and he was talking about one of the tools he was using, which was the lead, and it's called I'll just bring it on the screen here. It's this Pilot Neo or Eno. I don't know why they have different spelling on the dang on things. Two different versions of this thing, but yeah, it's this Pilot. It's colored. It's this colored lead 0.7. I'm pretty sure they have other ones as well. but it's either Eno or Neo. I don't Neo X Eno. Look it up. It erases very well. Like at first I was using these Prismacolor Color Erase, which are made to erase. They're color pencils that are erasable, which are good for underdrawings, right? But this stuff here erases even better than that. So I just kind of was like, okay, well, for now, when I'm doing like I guess a more serious picture, I'll just work with these, since they erase so well. So for the most part, they've been working pretty good. I'd say try them out if you are interested in them at all, if you still work traditionally. I know a lot of people are going over to moving digitally. I try to do both. Yeah, webs, right? Keenan, how have you been?
I'm cool.
Nice. Slow still
I
here?
might take a little bit of a break
Yeah, yeah.
for a while. I've been kind of like going strong for a while. I think I deserve one.
A break on what though?
Just making like have been I've been doing like posts every basically every day
Uh-huh.
for like the past like I want to say like 2 weeks at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. Uh, yeah, I saw a Dill's post. You know, I can understand, man. Well, I do understand. It's not even I can. I do. I do understand the grind of having to keep up with social media. In my opinion, that kind of burns you out. I feel like it's weird because no one actually knows the real worth of it.
And you have to feel like, oh wait, the real worth of social media?
Yeah, I don't feel like people actually know the real worth of it. I feel like it is worth, like, something about it is worth it, right? It's, like, it is worth something. But I feel like it doesn't, like, it's not easy to, like, quantify, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what it is that makes social media so needed, but I mean, really just helps us all keep in contact with each other, and things that
Yeah,
were easy to hide before aren't nearly as easy nowadays.
yeah. Like, in my opinion, yeah, like, if we use it for a system that connects people, then yeah, that's its greatest value other than the amount of knowledge you can get from just what people share. The other thing is like, but what's the value for an artist? Like other than those things? Like as far as social status, like how much is social status worth? And how much is you putting out daily content, actually worth? It's maybe the people who understand what it's worth are the people who are like paid to keep people's stuff up and running. They understand what, how to make something viral or how to keep like, like people who are paid to essentially, keep people's social media running. Maybe they understand it because they get to see these numbers coming in. They get to see engagement, and this is like their job. So they know like, oh, we made this post to attract these type of people and it worked this amount of times, so as far as the percent goes, it worked this amount. Like maybe they can get into all that. I feel like artists have a harder time because we're having to produce the thing, you know? Like we're actually producing the things that have to eventually come back to us. We're not like making like a cool looking frame that our art's gonna go around necessarily. We could do that. But we're making the content, quote unquote. We're making the art that people follow us for. I would say that they find us for. I don't know. feel like it's just difficult. It's difficult to quantify.
I mean, my whole thing is that there's a lot of uses of social media, but because of how everything is set up nowadays, it's just basically a constant rat race to see who can do what, and it just doesn't make art's a lot more freer form of expression than what social media has made it out to be. It's like I see a bunch of posts about how it's more about like the engagement and shit like that. Like it's not actually about the art anymore. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not making a product, you're not really doing art, and that's like my issue because there was a period of time where I used this thing to express myself, like and make deep connections through this craft of mine. And I'd love to make money from it, where it didn't feel like I had to work most of my life away just to do it. Where I wouldn't even be able to enjoy the things I love about life that I'm expressing through my work. It's
Yeah.
it's a system that I can't control, and it makes me feel super frustrated because you can only play their game, and if you don't want to do that anymore, what do? Do you just give up on the art? You just gotta find your solace, and my solace is not in playing this stupid ass numbers game.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Sorry for swearing on the podcast.
It's okay, man. I understand. Yeah. Because yeah, it's out of our control. We grew up with it. We're happy to have it. But when it comes to art, it's very difficult to manage. It's almost kind of like luck, right? If you something's working out for you and you repeat this pattern and it works out, you're like, cool. I'm sure things get more difficult here and there, but like once you get to a certain level, like like I'm still not even at the level where certain people can like post something and not have to rely on a hashtag. Like, man,
Yeah,
I still need to do it. There are people who get to a certain level of, whatever. They've reached a status where they don't need to add an hashtag. Matter of fact, if they add a hashtag, it's a big deal. It's a big deal if they have to add a hashtag or add a at. If they adding at somebody, they might be really either talking to somebody, like they're in trouble, or they're trying to put them on blast, or they're trying to actually, show that this person's their friend, and that friend could get, X amount of followers just off that at. Uh, like it's a big deal. That's just how big of a deal that is. So it's interesting.
oof.
Did you ever fix your controller?
Yeah, I feel comfortable. I'm playing the game right now.
Nice.
Um, nah, it's just it's a little just tiring, I guess, to have to keep a good attitude when you really just don't like having to keep up with all this shit. There's so much shit to keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what if you hate most of the stuff? Then you feel trapped. Like, you just feel trapped. It's just not a fun feeling. There's so much stuff I don't enjoy, but that's the type of stuff that will get you like out there, and that's just not the type of work that I want to do. And the more I sit there and like try and rationalize it in my head, the more I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
It was fun at first, but at a time, but that time is no longer here.
Yeah. That's why I just stopped. I stopped relying on it completely in a way. Like I do it. I post. I wanna. For anyone seeing the VOD, I'm selling original art. Anything you see fan art wise that I've done, you can buy it. You want it? Message me about it. We can go over prices or whatever. You can buy it, okay? All these things that I'm holding, all this fan art I'm drawing, all these characters, you can buy it. Anything you see on my page, as far as my Instagram page or something like that, you see anything that's, not a character I own, you can buy it from me. I will ship it to you. But yeah, like, I just stopped playing, I just stopped doing it that way. I've been, we've all had social media accounts for like years now, and I feel like, man, I don't know, there's just, how about, from my perspective, it hasn't really worked out. I've done a bunch of different things. I've been around. I've been consistent, I think, and I've seen, that the numbers don't do much for me. Tried out a bunch of different things, uh definitely, each social media works differently. And I technically have a social media account on so many different areas. But either way, I learned a little bit about Instagram and just said, okay, like I'm not going to do Instagram the way I used to anymore. Um, I'm just going to post things that I want people to buy from me. So I use Instagram kind of like a storefront at this point, and that's kind of similar. That's kind of how I post. If I post something on Instagram on my main feed, on my my timeline or whatever it's called, my grid, um, that's something you can buy from me. How's it going, Maduro? It's going okay for me. Um, but yeah, like I post that stuff so that you can see it and go, hopefully, oh man, that looks cool. Wonder if he's selling that. Or, oh man, that looks cool. I would like that person to draw me a picture. If that's the case, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to get people to do. I want to draw you a picture, or I want you to hopefully think the pictures I've already drawn are cool and you want to buy them. Because I don't know, status on social media is cool, but like a lot of people who have, you know, big followings aren't necessarily doing much with it necessarily. Not that I would, not that you need to. It's just some people have interesting mass followings and yeah, they're cool. I'm just trying to draw this comic and get this art done. For the most part, I love art and I enjoy it. But it is mad difficult to facilitate without help. And the art is fire. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. This might be too much to ask, but can you give me some advice? Sure. What type of advice can I help you with? Always down to help out people who need advice or anything like that. Hey Adele.
What's up?
Big Barda uses this
It's a
stick.
mace.
Nah, she used like this stick joint, bro.
It's a mace.
It's supposed to be a mace.
It's like a mace, man. Yeah.
It's just a stick, bro.
No, it's like a square thing at the end of it. It's like a mace. It's like a morning star.
Nah, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Unless they redesigned it.
You talking about when she just had the hard ass stick.
Yeah. Hold on. So, I'm more of a transportational designer, artist, and draw infrastructures, objects, I only been drawing people for like a year, and I suck badly at anatomy and hands. Um, okay. Um, what you want to do is just like, how do you get hand movement and anatomy right? Well, um, there's this dope book that I don't have a physical copy of or whatever, but there's this dope book called Anatomy for Sculptors. You should check that out if you want to be like quote unquote right. The other thing is to make your own shapes and base it off of those things that you see. So, like, you have like the base, right, where everything extends from. So, if you have like a hand, right, I turn that into a shape like a flat rectangle kind of, but it like flails out just a little bit. And then I decide where the wrist is going to be and stuff like that, where the hand starts and where the fingers start. And then I just add on to it like that. That's how I do it for every single thing. Head, the neck, and you can look at other people's notes and stuff like that for like how they go about doing it or like their shapes. I think there's this guy called Prinz Kush Art. You can definitely find his shapes online on like Pinterest. Actually gonna look them up for you to be more helpful. So let me see here. So here's like here's some of this guy's like shapes that he kind of uses. Oh, no problem. Yeah, so if you start off with like some shapes, like everyone's like, oh, go to the art store, get a mannequin, and the mannequin's all stiff, but like the idea is to essentially break down what you're drawing into recognizable shapes, right? And when you do that, like you are supposed to look at it and go, this is a person. So my shapes are something like this, right? Back of the head. I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me see. But yeah, it's like, okay. So it's like this type of shape here for the torso. Coming down here. Got the legs and stuff like that. So like I can do this. And I can kind of throw everything in there. And I can just base everything off of that. And I can go from there. And I can just go on top of this and be like, okay, here's where the chin would start. I could start off like this if I want to. And then build off of that depending on how detailed I want the side profile to be. So I can finally go in there and be like, okay, here's a nose, here's a mouth, here's lips. And what you want to do is essentially have a starting point where you have these recognizable shapes for what you want to draw. And then you take those shapes and you can kind of make it more detailed as you go. An arm is not, this necessarily, but this is a good throw of shapes where you can take that and go, okay, now I'm going to add more detail because this needs to be more detailed, like if you want it to be. So you can add like all these other shapes here for the musculature, right? This kind of curves here. It's like an elbow here, and this curves out. This goes like that. This little area here, you got the wrist, right? And you can essentially do that. Right? So once you have that, you can just kind of go. You just gotta. Most times you don't need to be as detailed as like anatomy books, right? Anatomy books is like, here's all the muscles that go here, and this is how you draw an arm. And it's like, you ever notice like if you see like if you look up like fighting stuff, right? Like people who fight and stuff like that, their muscles are always extra cut, right? So you can see everything. But like people who fight, if you look up like real people, MMA guys or whatever, when they walk around, even with their shirt off, they're not completely cut. their muscles aren't like showing until they're being flexed, right? So in a way, like you're drawing a very non-realistic approach already if you're always making them look a certain way, like always cut, always showing all their muscles flexed. The muscles should only do that when they are flexing, are using those muscles, you know. So like you don't have to go out your way to demonstrate every single muscle in the body when you're drawing. That's another thing. It's all about the shape first. As long as people will see that shape and they go, that's an arm, that's a hand, and then they look closer at it and go, is it correct? Proportions are what matter after that. How did you proportion it like compared to all the other shapes next to it? You know, because you can also make a guy look buff just from the shape of the torso, not the details on the torso. You know, shape first. Yeah, this paper is actually pretty cool. I've been using this Fabriano paper. It's like mixed media. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man? The warrior of light himself. Oh, oh, oh. You didn't even finish yet, man. Oh, you getting up there. You got like 30 more chapters left or something. And take your time then. Unfortunately, there is no more, man. It's really good. I understand. That's what happens when you're reading probably a masterpiece work and you can just shut everything else out because a lot of things aren't on that level. That I don't draw much like I should or a dedicated manga artist does.
Know how you feel,
I
Tommy.
I usually
It's
let
okay,
my
Tommy.
job and
It's gonna be
negative
okay,
people
Tommy.
be the reason it's true. Whoa. Don't let those people affect you, man. I'm not talking to you,
I'm
Tommy.
not gonna allow you to leave.
You gotta do this.
Tommy, I'll protect you. You're my Nakama.
Oh my god.
You're my Nakama. You're my Tomodachi.
You really never heard that before?
That's just funny.
But yeah, Maduro, don't let those people stop you, man. Keep working. Uh try to figure out some sort of practice regimen you can do when you're not working all the time and just get going, you know? What you're working on, whatever it is, you're gonna have to put a lot of practice into it, you know? Um I do a lot of figure drawing and a bunch of practices, and you got your value studies and paintings and all these other things you can possibly do, you know? I don't know if you're working digitally or traditionally, but I do both. They're good. You got to do both. If you can do both. If you can't, do digital. If you can't do digital, do traditional. Whatever you can do, sit down for at least an hour and just try to plug in some work without any distractions and just get better at that. Because over time, what you're really gonna be training is your your level of focus for a duration of time. And if you can do that, eventually you won't even have to think so much when you're drawing. You'll just do it. It'll become a process you get used to. Watching drawing streams or other people is like my only source of drive and motivation. Is that bad? Not necessarily, but you need your own, right? Those people, you know, they can only motivate you so much. You gotta wake up and be motivated. I know that sounds weird. I I know, but I am I'm a dad, so I got kids and I have my own goals and I'm a husband So like I have all these other things too. So like I just wake up and go, okay, how can I manage my day? You know, everything. A lot of things motivate me. There's nothing wrong with being motivated through videos and things of that nature, but you have to have your own motivations. I was going to invest in a drawing tablet until the hurricane destroyed my things. Jeez, and my plans. Sorry to hear that, man. Um, well, first of all, are you doing okay after that hurricane? And like, I know you just said that it destroyed a bunch of your things. How are you holding up, man? Like, how long ago was that, honestly? To that, I can go ahead and just ink that now.
Yeah, man.
I think Los is here. He's just quiet.
Hello, Tom. That's all.
Mostly recovered, but financially, I'm still in a rut. That's understandable. Yeah, we'll go through things. You can do it though. Just gotta figure out how to plan out your time and make it worthwhile for yourself. But if you need to mentally recover, that's understandable.
I'm not.
In a bind.
Goku?
Yes.
Vegeta? Who's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? Oh, Dragon Ball Z.
Huh?
Who's your favorite Dragon Ball character?
So.
Interesting.
That really says a lot about you.
Like what?
That you're evil.
Maybe.
You are evil. Ask me who my favorite character is.
It's Goku.
It better not be Piccolo.
Could be
Not that that's a bad choice.
Krillin.
No, it's Nail.
Who?
Nail.
Who?
Nail.
Who?
Nail.
That's the
Messed
original.
up.
Who?
Nail.
Wow.
The Namekian, right?
Yeah, Namekian, yeah.
Was he in the manga?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who?
He's the one that Piccolo fused with on Madness. I know you know who he is.
Oh, that guy. Oh, all right.
He's part Piccolo. That counts.
Snap. Maduro. I know this man did not say Perfect Cell is his favorite.
Hey, Perfect Cell's a dope character. Well, he's funny. Like, even in the original, he was funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious. I love his cocky persona. Like, I could beat all your asses.
And what'd that get him?
One back. His ass beat by a teenager.
Exactly.
He wasn't even a teenager. That was the worst part.
Oh
I
man.
think it was 12 years old.
Oh my god.
He was like 10.
He was,
He was
like, he
10.
was like 11 and change.
Are y'all serious?
Yeah.
I'm serious. He was like 11.
Wait,
and
wait,
change.
wait. Are we talking about Gohan?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Gohan was young as shit.
Yeah, they only say Teen Gohan to differentiate between him and later, but
So he
was
wasn't even a teen. That's oh god. Okay. Jeez.
Gohan was just that good.
So that's why everyone talks like really sad about where Gohan was headed versus where he
Yeah.
became. Oh, he wasn't even a. I really thought that was. Oh, he's a teenager. Oof.
Nah, he was a for real baby basically.
So Chi Chi wasn't wilding.
No.
No, she was completely justified.
She was like absolutely justified. just like Goku. You know why she's mad. Like you're being ridiculous and you know it.
And then he just slaps her back and flies her through a couple buildings in the neighborhood.
Whoa!
What? That
What the hell
happened.
is this? What is this headcanon?
You didn't see that part? He's like, Chi Chi, stop playing. And he just like, bow. He just smacked her on the back. Like, a little pat. But of course it's Goku, so he don't know how to restrict his strengths. And then, yeah. Flew through a couple buildings.
He didn't mean it, bro.
He meant it, bro. It was all because
He's a nice
Piccolo.
guy. You guys don't understand.
It was all
You
because
guys don't
Piccolo
understand.
showed up when they was trying to get their driver's license, talking about, I'm wearing your clothes. And Goku took that personal.
That damn monster person.
You know, Tommy, I would have thought your favorite character would have been Vegeta. Honestly.
That was Goku's passive aggressive slap.
Yeah.
I don't think you know Tommy that well. I would never thought he said Vegeta.
Wait, are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yo, are you serious? Yo, are you serious? Yo, are you serious, my dude? My guy? Like, are you serious? What do you have against Vegeta?
Nothing. I just he's not cool. I mean, he's cool, but not to me like that. You know, like he's my favorite character. He's great.
Perfect Cell is part Vegeta.
Pretty much. In a sense, yeah, but
Not in a sense that he is.
That's why, like, the reason that you said that you liked Sao is the same reason why I thought you would have liked Vegeta.
yeah, he's cool and all, but not my favorite. Fantastic character, like developed wise, but
Develop.
oh, yeah, hell yeah.
We're talking about Dragon Ball. Come on now.
That's not.
Wait, who was your favorite character again? Nail.
Oh, but you want my actual favorite character?
Sure.
Future Gohan.
I think it's trash.
Wait, you talking about Saiyaman, right?
Okay, fine. Alright, fine. My favorite character is Goku Black.
Huh?
I believe that.
Being serious.
No.
Bro, stop.
You're not even a fan,
I
are
don't
you?
even know who my favorite character is.
Oh.
It's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's the Dragon Ball.
Everyone's favorite character is Gohan, but they reluctantly choose Vegeta because he's the only character that gets anything.
That's not true. My favorite character. Oh, hold on. Hey, how's it going, Thero? Maduro
My
says that
favorite
their
character is
favorite
Trunks
character is
from
Android
Super.
17.
Oh, that's a good one.
Isn't that the nigga that lost to Piccolo?
Oh my god. Look. Alright, look. My favorite
Yeah.
character is Krillin.
That's fair and balanced.
Like, my favorite character is Yamcha.
Why?
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 Because he was cool in Dragon Ball Fighters. And also, because Yamcha's an asshole. I also like Tien.
Tien was so cool. He was really going somewhere. And then Toriyama was like, who?
I like what he did to Cell. That was really cool.
No Trunks? No Trunks? Trunks used to be my favorite character. Trunks used to be my favorite character. And then Trunks came back in Super, and I just was like,
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I
For
can't
real,
like
my
him no
actual
more.
favorite character is Trunks before Super.
Yeah,
'Cause what they did to him in Super is just like
yeah. I was,
Why was
they're
he your
make-
favorite Dragon Ball Z? He wasn't even cool.
he was very cool.
What
I
cool
think-
thing he do?
What cool thing did he do?
That mattered.
He created the inspiration for what hand signs are in Naruto.
That's cool.
he also created the Nothing Personal Kid.
Non-stop. He was a murder machine.
And then he stopped.
Yeah, like he was bonding with his dad, but like no one knew yet until they knew.
What did he kill?
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. He respected his mom. Like he was a dope character, man. Like he respected his mom.
He's never been a part of that's not Frieza.
Hey, that's cool. That's a Dragon Ball thing. I could like him beyond just that, bro. Like I don't think you understand, bro. He was cool.
I think he was lamed out in every match he ever been in.
Honestly, name a Toriyama character. Yeah, name a Toriyama character that's not the main trio, the main two or whatever characters that weren't lamed out. You can't.
If he lost, I felt like that loss was earned.
Really?
Krillin basically has proven in every fight he was, if he wasn't fighting bullshit niggas, he'd be the best fighter.
Remember when he fought that guy who kept.
Because he's actually just smarter than Goku?
Remember when he kept fighting that dude who kept reaching in his pants and trying to touch him?
And then he just blew his nose up somehow. I forgot how he did it.
He was like, wait, I don't have a nose. I can't smell that. And then he just killed him. I was like, this is the most insane comedy. Why is he reaching in his pants? He's like, yeah. It's gross, isn't it? Let me touch you. No! I run out of bounds. Go ahead. Run out of bounds. Yo, Toriyama's comedy was actually... It was actual comedy at some point. And then it just was like, now I'm serious. Well, yeah, there was that.
I think Akira Toriyama should be canceled.
It's kind of too late, bro.
Nope.
Every time I think about it, I'm like, Dragon Ball really was over in 1995. That was when I was 5. And it's still going strong.
That's when I was negative too.
Jeez. How he clapped up Mecha Frieza and fought Goku's finger. Hey, man. That was cool. Who else could do that? Not even Vegeta. True story. I went to go take a new ID picture right before the hurricane, and the cameraman happened to be a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. This man said I look like a in real life Hercule. Oh, snap. Oh, you got the afro, huh? You had the afro? Yo, Hercule was okay. He was cool. Okay, so I think I would just, I would darken these. Then I have the roof coming through. So let me see if I can sketch that in. Afro, mustache, eyebrows, everything. Word. Nice. Something happened?
I'm just doing the last bit of this game.
Oh wow, nice. How you feel about it?
Well, the game is definitely fun and worth it, but I have my own issues with it.
Ah. pretty cool. Cool. I'll be able to finish that a bit later. Oh, where's that Robin picture I was working on? Just to finish that. Get something to drink real quick. Yeah, man. Burning Attack was amazing, alright? That was my favorite attack when I think Budokai was out.
Like,
I like the whole sound, all the sound. The swooshing, joints, and then the pause, and the burning attack, and the worm, and then the boom. I was like, yeah. Like,
I will not sit here and act like Trunks visually and everything he did wasn't cool looking, but it just it hurts me to think of him as anything but a guy who just got fucked up a lot.
look, his backstory was cool.
His backstory was cool.
Yeah, he was a guy from a different time. He lived a different life. And it was like, oh snap, this is how bad things can get. That's crazy. I like that, man. It was like a Dragon Ball fan got to become a Dragon Ball character.
That's a crazy way to put it.
It's like, man, real life sucks. Man, what? This is Goku. This is that guy I always heard about, man. Like they always said if Goku was here, man, like things would be different. Hey, how come I wasn't there? You died. How? Who killed me? You died from a disease. What? Everybody looking at Toriyama. What? Yeah, bro. Like an actual disease. Like,
Makes sense though.
sure, it made sense, but Toriyama doesn't write like that. Like, what's happening? It's a joke.
Toriyama can write good when he wants to.
Don't.
He just chooses not to.
All right. I'm not saying he can't either, but like that was left field, and you know it. That was left field. Like
This is not saying say it, bro.
I can't say nothing about that. I don't know.
Saint Seiya go like it's so they don't give a fuck about nothing.
Why would you say that? I know you've been reading it a little bit. You said it's some crazy stuff been happening.
They just be hurting each other, bro. Like they die every arc. It's killing.
Maduro, thank you for the compliment, man. I tried. This is technically my favorite character in the show, in One Piece. So this is not my favorite depiction of her. Like I didn't like. I don't try to go. Well, I'm not going too crazy on this, but if I wanted to do an illustration, I would. I would try to go absolutely crazy on like everything, but this is just like me just kind of throwing some stuff down and trying to put a certain amount of effort into it. That way, like it comes out decent. But yeah, I would love for it to come out better. Or like, I'm probably gonna draw her again because she's my favorite character in One Piece. But yeah, I was trying to come up with some dope stuff, some different stuff, but it would have took a little bit more work, so I chose to go with this type of look. But yeah, what were you saying, Adele?
Saying that
Saint Seiya.
Saint Seiya's just stupid.
You said they kept killing this one guy. What's his name? Icky or something? You said?
Well, they didn't just kill that one guy. They were just ultra killing this nigga. Like he was scattering him to the quantum fucking winds and shit. Like he would get hit with like this move will send you to the ends of the universe. Ooh, and then this other character would be like, my nebula chain can go light years away. Oh, watch out! I'm about to use the Galaxian explosion and destroy the galaxy, but it's in a localized area, so everything's all right.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's like whatever they say they can do, like they can do it, and it's like, yo, why?
I like it. I like what it sounds like from the outside looking in. Uh, this is Robin. Um, sorry if it doesn't seem like her, but this is her outfit in, I believe, what is it? Is this Strong World?
Well, hold on, I gotta.
She has the cross on her shoulder.
If it's Strong World, she has the green stripes and what's the name, and the glasses.
Okay, maybe it's not Strong World. Is it, let me look, because she has multiple outfits in some of these movies. Robin, Strong World. Let's see. Is it Strong World or is it something else? Yeah, this is the one that shows up when she's wearing an outfit. She has like the really big belt buckle joint with the leather and the gun. Maybe they have it pegged wrong. Yeah. It says Nico Robin Strong World edition figure. Yes, the one with the stripes does appear as well. So why does this one also appear? Interesting. Don't know. Don't know how that works, but saw that there was a figure like this, and I'm sure there is probably an Eiichiro Oda illustration with her holding a gun, because I've seen it, with her wearing this outfit. So, chose to go with this one. I haven't actually seen this movie yet, or actually any of the One Piece movies, but I will one day.
Pretty good.
Oh, the pink hair threw you off. Nope, that's actually where I'm gonna be having the light source. It's gonna be a light source hitting the top left of the figure, and that's just I'll just left it that way just in case I color it. So yeah, just be planning out the lighting and stuff. I blame Los. That's all I gotta say. I think I'm gonna try and actually keep drawing characters from like shows that I watched when I was younger. Um, but like I have an easier attachment to those characters. Um, like One Piece is cool. Love One Piece. It's great. But like I'm talking about like stuff like I remember one of the first animes I ever got to see was something like Bubblegum Crisis. I did not know what was going on at all in that show.
You watch Bubblegum Crisis?
Yeah. Yeah, like, but I was incoherent when I was watching it, so I didn't know nothing, bro. I was just like, there's these women, and they have these suits, and they get in them, they transform, and it's called Bubblegum Crisis, and Mom, we should get cable so I can get on the Action Channel, cause that's where Bubblegum Crisis comes on, and yeah, and then there was something called, what was it, Blue Seed? This kid, and he had some sort of necklace thing. I don't remember nothing about that show. I just remember the shows and like what was going on in my head while I was watching it, like that type of thing. Back in the day before anime was something people actually like knew existed, if you will. People were trying it on different networks, and I don't think I was, the stuff I was watching was the first wave at all. Pretty sure the first wave of stuff coming over was something like Akira coming over to the States through VHS and stuff like that. And then after that, Manga Entertainment being founded, and then bringing over Akira and Ghost in the Shell and Vampire Hunter D. I actually got to see Vampire Hunter D when I was in middle school, which I should not have been watching Vampire Hunter D in middle school. But I ended up seeing it, and I was just like, I actually don't know what I was like. I think I liked it, and then I was like, whoa, there's definitely some scenes in here I shouldn't be seeing, but man, the action's amazing. Hmm. There surely was a lot of, well, I guess anime at that point was very experimental. Like they had their archetype stuff, but they weren't really making it for fan base type stuff. They were just kind of experimenting with, I guess, their artistic voices. They weren't really doing things whereas though they were like, oh, there's a fan base here, let's do this thing. There's a fan base there, let's do this thing. I think that's another reason why I like older anime, though it was a little violent, exploitative, and I guess sexually exploitative sometimes. And most times that I was seeing the stuff, and I guess from the 80s or late 80s to the 90s. Um, it did die down a bit after a while and get more artsy for a time. I really like Metropolis. I feel like that was pretty good.
Metropolis was mind bending.
Dude, what's his name? Rock? Yo, Rock was built different. That dude really dressed up as a maid and was like, he ripped off the face, bro, and was like, y'all not killing my dad. I'm killing my dad.
Understandable.
I was like, yo, this dude's a problem. And I love the directing in that movie actually. It's so good. He was doing like the slow motion like gun joints. Like it would like, slow down and then you see like, the gun going off or whatever in slow motion the way they did it. It was nice. I was like, yo, this is interesting, but I hear Rentaro just, I don't know, he just disappears after he works on a project. Like they'll be like, Rentaro, we need you. It's been, I don't know, 10 years. Come direct this movie. And he'll be like, alright. And then Rentaro will disappear again. You'll never hear about him. Like another 10 years. He's worked on all these random projects, but he always disappears afterwards. And of course, Otomo helped worked on it too.
I thought he was the one who made it.
Rentaro was the director, or at least the. Yeah, let me see here. Anime Metropolis. Yeah, let's see here. No, the director is Rentaro. Screenplay by Otomo. Based on Metropolis by Osamu Tezuka. Produced by Masao Murayama. He was the guy who created Mappa and Studio M2, and also the founder of Madhouse. Yep. Yeah. Back in the day, in those days, I think, yeah, Madhouse was up there with Ghibli in terms of just getting projects and being at their quality. Even though some things weren't, the amount of projects that they had under their belt that were up there were ridiculous. It's almost like the amount that they had that was bad was the same amount they had that was good or great. So it's kind of crazy. It's like for every dud we have, literally every dud we have, there is a busted masterpiece somewhere, on that list. Like they even got to do They got the dude. They're the ones who did a Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, Madhouse. I don't know.
Is I think that's where I guess my love for I would say my love for using shadows comes from things like Ninja Scroll and things of that nature. Like things from that time period. Late 80s, early 90s aesthetic of anime. What's it called? Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust, you know, just that atmospheric feeling to things, I guess. I like it. I like when things can essentially fade to black. And in Ninja Scroll, what was established was kind of like when things would fade to black, they wouldn't actually completely fade to black. He would also use this really dark blue, probably a ultramarine blue or a French ultramarine blue. You can look that up if you want to. But he would you would see these shots where it'd be like in darkness. It'd be like, oh, this guy, he's a ninja. He's wearing like this thing. He's moving through the shadows, and if you add the dark blue with the black, you can kind of see a little bit, but you can still tell it's very dark. And for all the nighttime scenes, that's what he would use, and I love the simplicity of that. And then I probably started picking it up myself, and yeah. Okay, so I think I'm gonna change the trajectory of this a little bit. It's not bad, it's just gonna be better. Oh, weird. That's a bit better. I think I'm gonna have to jump to the next person in my list after the person I was supposed to draw, because some of the stuff that I wanted to draw, I kind of had like a preference for it, I guess, like a prerequisite, I guess, like something I actually wanted to draw specifically. And now I'm like, that's more of an illustration type thing. If I was gonna put that level of effort into it, like if I wanted it to be certain type of thing specifically, then that means I might want it to be really good. And I'm like, might want to push that back. That way I have more time to at least plan it out. Like I was gonna draw Samus today probably, but I was like, I was busy, and now it's time, and I'm like, I gotta finish that Robin joint, but I'll probably work on the Samus joint later. Probably should draw. That's another thing. Like once anime got decent, like out there, started seeing it on like what was it, Toonami and stuff like that. It was like this high you kept chasing. Every now and then it would just pop up. You didn't know what it was called or whatever, but you was just like, that's what it is when you saw it. At least that's how it was when, like, in the early 90s when it would pop up. I also think Yu Yu Hakusho has one of my favorite aesthetics. Though I don't really draw anything from Yu Yu Hakusho, I can definitely say it has a really good look and feel for like the type of stuff I'd like to do as well.
All right. What do I got left? Hello.
What was that?
I said soda.
Or just say hello.
I wanted to get some drink and use the bathroom.
So you're saying you just came back?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Hello. Thought someone else had entered the chat or something. Really gotta start filling in things with his pencil. Sometimes I don't see what I meant to do.
Hello. I'm Storm Shade. What's up? What's up? I'm broke. I got $60 on negative. Sorry, man. Not doing the best right now, but nah, it's no problem, man. All right, good luck, man. In my song.
Hey, how's it going, Ballpoint? How you been? Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh my god. I meant for coughing, bro.
Hey man, bless you forever.
Okay. Chilling? Nice. You just finished some line work promo art? Nice. Yep. Streams usually start around like 9ish. If I can, anyway.
Hey,
Thanks for stopping by. What's up, Adil?
no, I was just looking for something to do.
Hmm. I hear that new Guardians of the Galaxy game's pretty decent. I wonder how decent. I think Max started playing it recently, so I guess I'll check more of what's going on with it. But I got to see a little bit of it. Looks decent. Like it's pretty decent.
Oh wow, Digimon's trending.
Hmm?
Digimon is trending.
Interesting. Wonder why.
The new episode, the new one that just came out was really good.
Ah.
Really good shots. The way they're doing the story is really cool, and the new characters are really they're kind of adorable.
Hmm.
Show got like some really good framing.
Mm-hmm. I still haven't checked out anything from it. I've just been busy, I guess. But I also think I'm just not that interested. That must be a thing. Because I've checked out other things, you know. Can't say that I haven't. But I do like Digimon. Just not into it as much as I used to be.
think the new episode was really charming, and I kind of had my band-aid ripped off with the last evolution when it comes to Digimon in general.
Uh huh.
So I'm never really like that pressed about Digimon,
Mm-hmm.
mainly because just I got my shit and my shit's like done, so I don't really gotta worry about it like that.
Mm.
Like, talking about weird stuff about like Digimon.
Your tastes are maturing. That's all. I guess so. It's more like, well, I guess it's possible. It's just, again, I like Digimon. I just don't have time to get involved with it because it's like a rehashing right now. My brain is just like, I don't really care too much for a rehashing right now. Kind of already have all these other stories that are coming out or that I'm paying attention to. And yeah, I don't need a new Digimon. I can't. I haven't even finished the old one like you have, right? So
You think you haven't finished the old one?
yeah, I haven't even gotten to where you gotten in the original. So I'm not like, rushing out the door to check out the new rehashing of Digimon, even if it is good. I think it's definitely made for newer fans, and if older fans want to come back and check it out, they'll still enjoy it, but it'll never hit like the first time you watched it yourself.
See, I
And
would
that's fine.
agree, but I've had a long history with Digimon, and I know for sure that as much as I like Digimon Adventure, it wasn't like the heights of the series for me. And what makes me excited is that as a Digimon fan, we're in I'd like to say the the modern era Digimon, like next generation basically, where they take all the concepts that they played around with the last couple of years and then take the ones that work and then making it all come together in this new show, you know? And
Hmm.
I enjoy that because what really brought me back to being a Digimon fan hardcore, aside from me liking Digimon normally, is Digimon Cyber Sleuths, like the game.
I knew he was going to bring that up. I was waiting.
It's a good game. It
Yeah.
is a good game.
I wouldn't
Like I
say it
played
isn't.
I played through Hacker's Memory is like playing Pokemon Red for the first time. When you play a game that just kind of like, damn, I enjoyed my time with this game. The amount of
Mm.
time I spent grinding, I was cool with that. Plus, they made it really like a smooth experience. Getting new Digimon was always exciting. But I have my gripes about the visual aesthetic of it.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's too blue and everything looks kind of the same. And misses the charm of going to the digital world for the first time in like the original show. Because then in the original show they had like power cables covered in grass and greens and shit like that. And that's a really strong image, a visual. They had like random train cars and shit, like
Mm-hmm.
vending machines in a desert.
Yep.
It's like they had these really memorable type backdrops, and I was like, the best part about the digital world was the combination of both those things. And this new series, they finally kind of brought it back to that while using some of the new stuff because technology has evolved since the inception of Digimon. So
Right.
it changes the way we actually do Digimon shit. Because Digimon is one of those things that as long as we're in the technological age, it can live.
Yeah.
Because it's about just living in a world of technology, right? Like, of course, this thing is going to survive. And Cyber Sleuth and the Digimon World games. But the games basically experimented with a bunch of shit, and then they experimented in the show, and then they went back to the original shit, and that was cool because it got people looking at the series again. And then they made a new show, and the guys that work on the new show work on the comic, and whoever is directing the show is more concerned about doing good framing and good storytelling, like an actual good visual experience outside of just fighting.
Hmm.
back to what Digimon's originally about. It's originally about stories,
Yep.
just kids' stories and getting through some hard shit. And it's like it's still aimed at kids or whatever, but it's really fun to see the way that Digimon has evolved as a franchise. Plus, I already watched like Last Evolution. For me, Digimon was over after that.
Mm-hmm.
So when a new series comes out, I get it's a nice little thing to watch, see how the series evolved, and it's something if it's good, bonus. You know,
Right.
because it's not like Digimon's. It's hard for Digimon to be good. Digimon's been doing cool storylines since the get go. Like they had fucking characters that were going through their parents' divorce in the first series.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shit about the devil. Um, One of the characters was dealing with the fact he was adopted. One of the characters had issues with his mother, and then like the things that they did with the Digimon mattered in regards to what's happening in their personal lives. The whole thing is that the Digimon were there to help you grow. So that was really cool. That was always something that I enjoyed about Digimon. And seeing new shit, it's like, yeah, like you can obviously easily do better storylines with Digimon than you can with Pokemon. And I don't want to be the guy who compares it all the time, but you want good stories, you go to Digimon. And Ghost Game has definitely hit that scratch. It's really nice to see Digimon doing good storylines again. The framing in this show is really good. The
Mm-hmm.
colors are really good. The way they like the visuals for the Digimon world in this series are really cool because it's one of those it's like augmented reality type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the current area you're in will be the area for the digital world, and it's not like they just
That's
haven't
dope.
done
Yeah.
yeah, but it looks cool. It looks like an abandoned city overgrown with grass and these these pixels coming out the ground like these were digitally made type shit. But the greenery is what you see most of, and the greenery is overgrowing into the actual setting.
Mm.
So it's a really cool look. It's like they go from living in Tokyo to fighting in Near Automata.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
It's
They
just,
also
it's
go
funny.
ahead.
I just want to say, like, this is one of the reasons why, well, I probably gravitated to Digimon over Pokemon. But you just said it perfectly. The types of stories. I don't think my brain was seeing that stuff, definitely back in the day. But I'm seeing, if I watched it now, I would be able to appreciate it so much more, right? Because I'd be able to see the stuff that you see from a more narrative storytelling perspective where you're breaking down what they're actually using the Digimon for other than just, yo, that Digimon looks cool or whatever, like that's how, I feel like my younger brain was when I was watching it when I was a kid, around the same time I was getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! And things of that nature. And everything was just, is it cool? Is the animation cool? Is the intro and outro decent that I hear while the Foxbox person is talking in the background over the freaking, what I'm talking about. Like all that stuff, right? All the sensory overload stuff that you see when you're a kid and you just appreciate that type of stuff. But yeah, like
Yeah.
I like the geography of things like you were speaking about. I always liked how, the end of season 3 is where they essentially go to America. And I just thought to myself, wait, you telling me they're not just going to stay in Japan? I jumped out my freaking seat, man. I jumped out my.
Huh?
Is it season? It is. It's season 2. It's like season 2 part 2 or something like that. It's like, you're right. Yeah,
The
yeah.
latter half of the season. It was when they did the world tour shit, and then they went around the world looking for worldwide Digidestin. And then I was like, wow, man, that like really kind of
It's
really
really
felt
different.
like you were connected.
Yeah, it really did. Like, I couldn't believe it, man. I was really sitting there going, they're gonna do this? They're really going to finally, like, I don't even think I was thinking finally, right? Because you didn't think like that when you were a kid. But when you saw it, you're like, holy crap, they're going to go to the US. I'm watching a show that basically most likely takes place consistently in an overseas country, right? In overseas. And to have them finally acknowledge the globe as a whole thing and start going there and doing stuff, I was like, oh my god. Like, I'd never seen a show like that in my life, at that point. That was a kid's show where it predominantly did take place in these foreign places, but then there's like we acknowledge that this other parts of the globe exist, and we're gonna go there and do something. And then like I was just like, oh, this is amazing. Like this is I was losing my mind, bro. What was his name? Imperial Dramon, bro. I was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. But yeah, a lot of stuff to learn from that. A lot of
Also,
stuff.
like Digimon's had a history of really good animators on it. Like Mamoto Hosoda kind of got his claim to fame doing Digimon movies, like our war game and stuff like that. And then he wanted to remake that into his own movie, the silliest fucking way. But he did it, right? And it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, just Digimon had like really cool, I love those the Digimon movie as a whole, the three shorts that made the Digimon movie. Um, like the first one when they're kids and shit. I remember when Agumon turned into Greymon, he looked so beastly, you know?
Yeah.
He was like a monster person. I was like, this is so cool to look at. Like, because he wasn't just raw Super Saiyan dinosaur, he was, you know, roaring and his eyes were fucking going around in his skull and you could see that and he had like his jaw kind of laid out in a specific way that looked like a lizard, like
Right.
not just like a neck that you would draw on a person. It looked like a lizard's neck. It was
Right.
thick. It was a very, I don't know, I hate to say it like that, it's a very thick neck. And I love the way he moved and the way he was breathing and all that. It was character animation that you kind of don't see until niggas end up doing a movie. And that was kind of the case with Digimon, but the stuff I saw in the movies for Digimon left a more striking impression than the stuff I did when I was watching Pokemon. And
Right.
I like Pokemon because with Pokemon, the anime was a companion to the game. You played the
Mm.
game, and then you would watch the like show, excited to see how they adapt the new parts of the game. And that was kind of how the experience went. Digimon never really got that down right. They did a really good show and some good games, but never a really consistent game that you would pair with the show you watch.
Right.
And Digimon in general just has always had problems. But it's the visuals that you get from this show, the season three Digivolutions, where they would
Yep.
put the egg around them when they're digivolving,
It's
and the
awesome.
skin will come apart and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it turn to the bigger version of themselves.
Man, I was so into that one, man. I felt like I was poor until that one, bro. Like I was young, and then as soon as Digimon season 3 popped off, they changed the music. They made it a little bit more hip. I was like,
Yeah,
wait, what?
they had the
I
guitar
was
shit.
losing my mind when that intro came on. I was like, yo, wait, they changed it finally. I can't believe it. And then they had these more, they felt older. They felt older like Digidestined. They were doing their own thing. Rika was into this card game where she was the top, but she never acknowledged it because she always knew that the real top person was gone and missing. And he
The thing
was.
about season three was that I really liked was they leaned on the monster of the week formula, and they did something that the previous two seasons didn't do. Well, not to say that Digimon season two didn't do this, but we spent a lot more time in the human world in season two,
Yes. Yeah.
and the way that they did the encounters in the human world, it was proper scary. Because when you really look
Yes.
at these Digimon and then read about what they do and all that stuff, the text about that describes Digimon is extremely literal. A lot of the things that Digimon can do is fucking terrifying if you put it into context. So when you look at Digimon in a scary light and actually consider that these are fucking monsters you're dealing with, they're kaiju's, monsters, eldritch abominations type shit,
Mm-hmm.
then you really start to feel the fear that you should be feeling if you saw something like that. And the fact that these tamers or these main characters would still decide to fight regardless had an impact because they were fighting frightening things, trying to save lives type shit. And it's not like Pokemon where a random Pokemon would be like, hey, you fucking with me, so I'm fucking with you back, bitch. Yeah, that it is what it is. But in Digimon, it was like, if I don't stop this dude right now, he will kill everybody.
Yeah.
This whole part of town will be destroyed. Everything will be messed up.
Yeah.
So we have to do this, and I have to beat my fear. That's why the crest system was really cool.
Yeah.
Like it was the way that they did the encounters, and put these characters in situations where they have to face their fears or learn to grow to achieve the goal that they were setting out to do. That was what made Digimon always the better show and always the better franchise, in my opinion. Because you play the games, like the good games, like Digimon World 3 or Digimon World 5 or Cyrus Lose or the Digimon World games on the DS game and shit like that. It's about you taking care of or building a relationship with these Digimon because they're family, not just some person who takes your orders and attack. Now
Right.
you have to take care of these people. You have to actually build a relationship with these characters. And I think the reason why I always mention Cyrus Lose in these conversations is because the way that game works and the way the story was going, when you get to the end of the DLC, which is Hacker's Memory, that's the sequel, right? You
Mm-hmm.
get to the end of that game and it nails it. It nails the way you'll feel when you come to the end of a Digimon journey. You know, the whole concept of eventually the Digimon's supposed to leave you type shit. And
Huh.
that whole
Maybe
concept of
that's
Digimon,
maybe that's why I did it that way. I didn't know.
yeah, you're supposed to eventually, like, Digimon actually puts it in its plot that if eventually you're going to grow out of Digimon.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually in its plot. But like this is why like I cried watching like Last Evolution because the whole movie of Last Evolution was showing how the characters we've grown up with at this point don't need a Digimon because they've learned how to live their life the way they're supposed to live it. They're confident characters. They've reached an understanding with their own potential. They don't need to go through these adventures where they're gonna learn and grow up. They actually said goodbye to the original cast in a way that felt comfortable because it was also saying goodbye to the original fan base because now they're going to focus on a new fan base,
Right.
you know. And just to pay homage and like pay respect to the original Digimon series, they decided to do the reboot. And the reboot was a perfect way to go about rebooting the franchise because if you reboot with the original series, now the original Digimon are in canon, but now they can do other shit because you get the original lineup so you can make new card games and new stuff and get people to see all the basic amount of Digimon that you should know at
Right.
this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can start doing good shit like Ghost Game. Digimon Adventure was just to get niggas up to speed. Ghost Game is to get people on game. And I like that. I can appreciate that. And I can appreciate a better form of storytelling.
Word. You broke that down really well, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, nice, bro. Hold on. Ballpoint said you're chasing real world things. It's like the same thing they did with Ben 10. They age everyone. I think Ben 10 does not get nearly enough credit as a show and as a franchise because it's not easy making an entirely new concept, even in the early 2000s. You know,
Hmm.
it's just not easy to make a new concept. They took what would probably wouldn't have worked back in the like an idea that shouldn't have worked, like an idea of some kid who shapeshifts into aliens and then becomes a superhero. Like that shouldn't work. It shouldn't, but it did because it had really good writing and it also had really cool set pieces. Like what was surprising the most about Ben 10, Ben 10 is a show that can only succeed like on TV, not on streaming service. You need TV to do that shit because when it was coming on and he was about to go into his alien mode, you as a viewer would be like, I don't know what he's gonna turn to because the Omnitrix is always failing. It's just doing whatever it feels like is doing, and you just got a random alien or something like that, right? So you as the viewer would be like, oh, who is it gonna be, right? Because you like some aliens and you dislike other aliens. So it was this nice little random guessing game that you got
Mm-hmm.
every time he would be in any type of conflict. And you'd be like, what would be the best solution of the 10 options that you had that were, or the show has shown us, or from what we've seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. And that was the original show. The original show was cool. The original show is trash in comparison to the sequels.
Mm.
Because Dwayne McDuffie, you know, the guy, God rest his soul, who created Milestone Comics, and the guy who went into Static Shock and worked on and wrote for Batman and all them DC animated shows got the chance to write Alien Force, and some of he basically wrote the basic concept for Force and most of the episodes from season one and season two before its untimely passing, right?
Mm.
And in that amount of time, these two seasons, it's about like 30 episodes, he basically redefined Ben as a character and showed you how this character has grown as a like he's matured, legitimately mature, but still feels like the same character, right? But we got this different level of storytelling because he put the effort to make this character grow. Of course, the people who watch Ben 10 when they're younger, of course, they're growing up too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I should check that show out one day. I still haven't checked out. Actually, no, I've seen it here and there, but I don't know. Every time it's always new shows, man. And I'm always like, if I'm too late to a show, I just won't watch it or something. Like I'll just be like, I'm good. But it sounds like an interesting concept more so. I don't need to necessarily watch the show to get it per se. I don't think I can watch some of it, but from what you're describing, I like the concept a lot. Sounds like something else I'm trying to do in my own storytelling, which is kind of cool. But yeah.
I think if you're gonna watch anything like as an adult, you can just go straight into Alien Force. You don't
Mm,
gotta watch the original series.
mm.
Like you watch one episode of the OG series, you know how it goes. All you gotta do or remember is that Bill Gates is the shit, and like, all you gotta do is remember that Bill Gates is the shit, and Ben was a shithead when he was a kid. Ew, 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 I touched your butthole. Ew.
What's happening?
I was trying to pet the cat, but the cat moved too fast. And
Okay, man. Trying to pet the cat, but the cat was moving too fast. Oh man. And sometimes he would mess up, and he had to improvise with the watch with what the watch would give him. Yep, it's not always the plot.
something funny that happened in the show that I always thought was crazy is that they had it was Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, Ben 10. No, I'm missing one. Ben 10 Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, then Omniverse. Right? That's four seasons or four shows. Right?
Okay.
In Omniverse, the last one of the original canon, it was revealed that the Omnitrix, when he gets slapped that way, well, it's not just the Omnitrix will pick an alien for Ben if it recognizes that that alien is the best option for the job, and Ben was about to choose someone else.
Ah, so if
Yeah,
he was about to make the wrong option, it would pick the right option.
yeah. The Omnitrix will always pick the right option for him, no matter what. And then I thought that was funny, right? Because they said that, and they also said that one of the reason why it always randomizes for Ben is because he fucking slaps the watch when he's supposed to just press the button. And the shock
So
is
he's trying to look
uh,
cool. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm a slap."
yes, it's so funny because it makes so much sense, right? Because he was like, all right, think of it like this: the frog aliens that made this built this device, so they built it based on their tactile responses.
Of course.
So when Ben does the whole hero time shit, he's breaking the Omnitrix or just fucking it up real quick, and that was the reason why it was always randomized. I'm like, man, it's such a stupid small detail that makes so much sense in its own lore. And it's like stuff like that that made me really enjoy it. And like Bob was saying, when he got the wrong alien, he would improvise. But that was what made Ben a good character because Ben would always work with what he's got. Let's say he can't even use the watch. He'd be like, I'm still gonna stop this somehow. Like, all right, he got the watch. All right, I just got him into a position where he's talking his shit, and then I'm gonna blow it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does shit like that all the time, and it took a while. And mind you, this is on the Cartoon Network, right? Cartoon Network was airing the DC shows, and the DC animated shows were no fucking joke. Some of the best cartoons you'll ever watch in your life. I'm sorry, some of the best Western animation. Period. It was amazing how good those shows were. So it is saying a lot that you're making a superhero show when you are airing what was currently the best cartoons for superhero shows. And Ben 10 succeeded because it made a character that grew. And then eventually they rebooted the character so that make that journey again, but change it up a little bit. You know, reboot it for the current generation, and it makes sense. It's one of those shows that Cartoon Network made where I feel like, by the way, this looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you. If you're talking to me, I don't.
Who else will have you talk to,
Uh,
right?
uh, uh,
Ben 10 was just a really good show. It was a really, really good show. Like, I'll probably never watch the original series again because Ben's insufferable in that series. But
mm,
in Alien Force the Omniverse, it's a really nice. It's like it just has so many cool world building mechanics.
yeah,
You know, like super underrated stuff. Ben, like Ben when he used an alien, or Ben's 10 aliens, or whenever Ben got an alien, and then you'd be watching the show, and then an actual version of that alien would appear, and then that person or character would clown his dumb ass because he's not using his abilities the right way, and then Ben learns from that encounter. That shit is cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, this outfit looks like a character from D Gray, man.
yeah, cool. Maybe that's what Oda was checking out because he designed it.
Dude, don't read.
You don't know that. Maybe he's so good with One Piece that he's able to actually read everybody else series. He just planned out his series for so many years in advance. He's just sitting there reading everybody's stuff, giving them tips. Hey man, you know it'd be cool if you did this. I've been checking this out. Then they all get stressed out. Now Oda's reading my manga. How? I can't believe it. Alright, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna leave most of the stuff over here because I know that if I ever color it one day, I'll have guidelines for where I want to put I would say the highlights and stuff like the light source and everything in the hair. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I wrote my signature finally. Well, not finally. Started doing like a different method. I don't trust my hand to be able to perfectly write it straight now, so I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna write a line there and then like do it that way instead of like trying to do it from my head. I think that'd be cool. Or I thought that would be cool. But yeah, and I kind of want to do something a little different with these shapes here. I was looking at a reference for them, but don't per se like it. So I think I'm gonna use a different color if I were to do it, like a darker blue or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool instead of using black. But yeah, for the most part, this is basically done until I color it, if I do color it. Cool. So now we've got actually, I feel like this is zoomed in a little much.
Hey, so when do you want to do our Matrix rewatch?
When are we going to do the Matrix rewatch?
Yeah,
When does it come out again?
December 25th, I believe.
December 25th? I don't know. We should be able to get it in eventually.
December
Check that out.
22nd.
Oh, December 22nd.
Let me see when that is. It's a Wednesday.
Mm.
I don't want to watch all three movies and then watch it. So I think we should watch all of them on the 18th.
You meant to say all 4 movies.
So you want to watch the Animatrix too, bro?
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, like, we can watch
Yeah, bro,
it,
you gotta
you know.
watch what? Part 1, and Matrix
Then we
1,
gotta watch
then you gotta watch the Animatrix, then part 2, then part 3.
And then we can watch that stuff on the 18th. And then watch watch the movie on the 25th. Or the night of the 22nd, because that's when it comes out. And I don't want to go through spoilers.
There will be spoilers to run away from. Yeah. Nice. So we're up to what, 5 now? 1, 2, yeah, up to 5 now. We're supposed to be up to 6, but today, a little off. Gotta come up with concept for one of these people in this book that I came up with. So yeah, wanted to do Samus, but I think I'm gonna skip over Samus for now since I actually have a little bit of a prerequisite. Actually, the next couple characters that I would like to draw, they have crazy detailed costumes, so I think we're gonna have to figure out something about that, but yeah, figure something out. Might want to draw the Predator. That'd be pretty cool.
Do you like the Predator enough to want to do that?
Predator has always been an interesting character to me, so I could do it. It's not like I'm drawing like Alien. Yeah, I'm not an alien dude. I'm not into the alien like that. But the Predator, he's been pretty cool. I think he's pretty darn cool. He's got, alien technology and cool symbol stuff on his stuff and quite strong. Huh?
Who we talking about right now?
The Predator.
The Predator.
Yeah.
I just don't think he looks that fun to draw, to be honest.
What you mean? I mean, that's you, man. I understand. The shapes don't hit you like that. I understand. I always thought he looks cool with his helmet and without his helmet. I think it's pretty dope. Got the glowing eyes sometimes he don't. He's got multiple different, what is it called, looks at this point. I like the different weaponry he has. Really cool. And he has he's definitely one of the most memorable, I would say, when it comes to like,
Design wise, he's memorable for sure.
yeah. Yeah. He is. I think it's weird that we haven't gotten a better version of him or something. It's weird. As I feel like maybe we haven't because every time they create a new one, canon gets crazier. So like now you have these rules that you have to play by when you create a Predator story or something, and it just becomes ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just like Predator was already like he had a decent enough thing, It was just like, yo, I show up, I'm looking for the strongest warriors type thing, and then I hunt them. Like, yeah, cool, right? And then it's just like, not only do I do that, but like, I do that on multiple planets. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, that's cool, right? And it's like, that is cool. And then it was like, now I'm fighting a Yakuza member. Why? Why, Predator? Why are you fighting a Yakuza member, bro? Like,
It's just hard.
it does, until you realize it's just like, yo, the first movie, you were fighting military guys and oh, you said it's the mandibles. It might be, man. It's a good design, man. It's the face for me. you think, oh, it's probably gonna be a guy's face I'm gonna see under this mask, and it's like, nope, it's an alien. Like, whoa, like, and they really went hard with the design of his face, and I think that's what's cool about the Predator, because you think he has limbs like he's kind of like a person, like a regular being or something, like a human, if you will. And then you get the mask off and you think this is gonna be this guy looking back at you, and it's like, nah. And you think, oh, this thing has been speaking English this whole time. No, it's been mimicking your language. That's all it's been doing. That's what it does. It literally mimics your language. It can speak it too. It probably say it, but like it doesn't have. I don't think it has like the vocals. Like it doesn't have the thing to be able to actually do it because it's not like a human. So I think that was the big thing. Like when Arnold Schwarzenegger was going against the Predator and stuff, and he took the mask off and everything. It was like, oh snap! Like you thought this was some crazy dude out here, and it was like, nah, I'm an alien. And I guess back in the day, that was definitely an excuse every time, if something was crazy going on. Aliens, that was, that's what's happening, aliens. But I still think that it worked in that context. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, what's up?
I'm about to hop on, man. Good night.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, man. Peace.
Talk to you later, bro. Have a good stream.
Thanks. He says have a good stream. But I'm actually about to get out of here as well. It's been 2 hours, I believe. It's been around 2 hours-ish. Lol for the times. But yeah, no chapter stuff today. I still have it over here. I've been quite busy here and there, but we're gonna get further on that. I think, let's see, there's a bunch of stuff I have to do as far as tomorrow goes. I think a package is gonna be coming. We have to wait for that. Then I have to make sure that the thing that comes has to work. Then when it works, hopefully the house will be back in order. If it doesn't, gonna have to wait again to get things under control in the house. But hopefully not. Hopefully it works out. But yeah. Other than that, I'll be getting to work on the chapter stuff probably a bit later. I'm still a little late on recording certain videos, but yeah. I have a Patreon if anyone wants to support. I usually post up tutorial style videos, and behind the scenes work on different projects, whether it be illustrations or comic books related. So whatever I don't record for stream, I'll record for Patreon and put that up there. And that even includes, oh, thank you, Thero. You too, man. And that even includes like my practices as far as like doing like figure drawings and things of that nature. I'm gonna start doing more structural things, whereas I'll be just trying to teach. And if you guys like that content, that'd be cool. But I'll just tell you guys like what I practice each day, how I do it, why I do it. I'll even be typing some of these things up because I feel like maybe the written part of it will be just better for everyone as well. But yeah, my link for my Patreon is in the description for this video. I work on a comic called The Divinity. I publish it on Webtoon. Check it out if you can. It's free to check out right now. And I'm thinking we're past about 100 pages on Webtoon. So that'd be dope as well. Also, if you like the content I put out here on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, please. That'd be pretty dope. I usually go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for usually around 2 hours. So if you guys can make it, that'd be dope. If you can't, you can check out the streams after they go live, and they're not live anymore and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks so much for everyone coming through. And thank you to also who aren't here anymore is my friends who got to speak with me about different things. Ben 10 and Digimon and social media were kind of like the topics that seemed to pop up. And those are pretty interesting. I have a lot more to think about when it comes to Digimon and Ben 10. I haven't really checked out Ben 10 yet, but it's something I missed when I was growing up. But definitely checked out Digimon. Yeah, everyone, I'll see you guys on the next day, which should be Wednesday. Alright, people, get some rest, and I will too. Peace, everyone.